Hey guys, what's up? It's Queenie here. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how I do my slick back ponytail on stretched out type 4 hair in a way that you can get it super smooth and looking really nice and sleek with a few methods. So let's get right into this. As you can see, my hair looks a mess. The ponytail I'm going to be using is from HerGivenHair. You guys know I love their products. So I'm going to be trying out their Drawstring ponytail, and this is what it looks like. So it has lots of space in the actual drawstring area for your bun, so you can squeeze your hair into there, and it is a kinky blowout texture, which obviously if you watch my channel you know that's usually what I use. And yeah, it's a 16-inch ponytail. Alright, so now I'm going to wet my hair around the perimeter. I don't want to wet it too much, but just enough that if I put product, it can actually move through my hair. You do not want to apply gel to dry hair. It just doesn't work the same. So you want to soak it enough that you can maneuver the product through your hair and your hair can be a little bit flexible. So I'm going in with this brush to smooth it down and to make sure that all the layers underneath the very initial top layer of hair has a little bit of moisture and is a little bit tangle free. You can find the spray bottle and the brush in the description box. They're both in my Amazon store, so you can check those out. And yeah, I'm just smoothing it back, making sure it's tangle free on the top because you don't want to see little knots poking through. So it's best to make sure that it's tangle free now before you add your gel. And then now I'm going in with my bristle brush and I'm smoothing more than I'm detangling, you know? Smoothing, I don't know. I'm just brushing it back and making sure it's nice and sleek before I add any product. You don't want to brush your whole head, just the front section where you're actually laying down. And then I do the same thing to the back so it doesn't look crazy. Even though the ponytail will cover it, I like to make sure it looks nice just in case I pull it to the side and you see the back of my head or something. So just brush that down and we're good to go. So I'm using the Wetline Extreme Gel. You want to use a gel that's strong hold. I would say this is strong hold, but it's not like rock hard kind of hold. So you can also use Eco Styler or whatever gel you prefer, but this is definitely my favorite. It doesn't flake, it doesn't get nasty, and it lasts pretty long, so I really like it. I just go ahead and I smooth that over the front of my hair. You want to be really generous and you want to make sure that it's getting through more than just the first layer of hair, because like I said, if you don't do that, you'll see little pieces of hair poking through and your ponytail won't look as smooth or as even. So you want to make sure that the gel is well distributed through your hair, not just on the top, kind of like through the whole top layer. This all comes back to if you do this on stretched hair, it's much easier to get your product through the top layer of your hair. When your hair is curly and coily and tight, it's harder to kind of distribute it evenly. You guys can see my arms are exhausted. So when it comes to this, I promise you, you'll save so much time if you do it on hair that's kind of old, kind of stretched. But either way, it'll look great. This is just my recommended method. You can even see, even though I've done it this way, I'm still having a few spots poking through at the top that are a little uneven, but don't worry, I'm gonna go back and smooth it out. First thing I'm gonna do is brush it with my hard brush right after I tie it, make sure I can distribute the gel a little bit more and get rid of any lumps and bumps and pin anything in place that needs to be pinned in place, and make sure that my actual ponytail is structured as evenly as possible. Now that everything looks pretty secure, I'm just going in with a little bit more gel on my actual edges, and I'm smoothing that down just because it gets a little bit frizzy since I wasn't focusing on that part. So you just want to smooth it down with your hands or with a brush, and then you can go in with a little brush and kind of swoop your edges a little bit. So all I'm really doing right now is pulling my edges forward, pulling them out of my ponytail a little bit, just as you can see, and I'm using a little bit of gel to kind of like fluff it out, if that makes sense. Like I'm taking it out of my ponytail and then I'm going to fan it. So this is a really important step in having a really nice sleek ponytail. You want to fan the gel so it gets a little bit sticky, so then when you go to swoop it, it doesn't just like flick back, you know? So it kind of sticks down a little bit more when you fan it because it's a little more tacky, and then you can add your edge control on top of that. So then it's not just like a mess, like a wet sticky mess kind of thing. So you see now when I swoop it, it just sticks, and that's just with gel. It just kind of like holds in place a little bit better, and then I go ahead and I kind of brush everything into place before I add edge control, but making sure it's tacky beforehand makes the product work a little bit better, especially on type 4 hair. So as you can see, I'm using some edge control, and I'm using a black edge control because we gotta fill these edges. I wouldn't say I need it 100%, like I don't need to fill it in too much, but it always looks better when it's a little darker. So I like to use an edge control that has a little bit of like, you know, a filling component to it. A black edge control, a brown edge control, whatever you can find. And this also helps with extra hold. So I like to make sure that it is sleek. You can see the edge control really smooths it out, whereas the gel kind of got it in place. So now we're looking sleek, dark, smooth. My scalp is getting red because I'm scraping it too much. But yeah, it looks good. So this is how I like to basically style my edges. You can obviously do however you like, whatever you like. I use a little bit of edge control on my actual hair to slick it back, and that's basically it. I'm gonna tie it down and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, or as long as you need to get your ponytail on your head, or as long as you need, you know, to get ready. So I'm just sticking the ponytail the best I can, as deep as I can, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw the string. You guys can see I'm missing like a whole chunk of my hair, but I'm gonna squish it in a second. You kind of have to just make sure you're covering everything and kind of feel it out. And once I get it in, I'm going to fluff out the ponytail, make sure it looks good, and yeah, that's it. It's pretty simple, nothing special. I love the texture of this hair, and I love how big it looks behind my head. But yeah, let's move on. So now it's been about 10 minutes and I'm taking off the scarf. Whew, yes. Smooth, honey. What is this? Yeah, so that's basically it for this tutorial. You can obviously kind of use whatever products work best for you, but these are my recommendations. The ponytail from HerGivenHair will be linked down below so you guys can check it out. As I mentioned, it's a 16-inch kinky blowout ponytail, and obviously you can get another length if you'd like. And yeah, that's it. This is the density of it. It's nice and thick. You can put it into a bun, which I love doing. It looks amazing in a bun. So you can do that, or you can just leave it in a ponytail. And I will also show you guys what the length looks like on my back. I'm about 5'6.5"-ish, and it reaches like my bra strap length from the middle of my head. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Bye.